You just 1 second, and I'll switch over to.
Well, you can switch over whenever you want. They just see your pretty birdie. Hello, everybody. Okay. I do exist. I have dashed. You guys can't hear quite yet, but
I hear.
Okay, you hear.
Okay. I hear.
I'm here temporarily. For now.
As long as we can have you.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to rework everything so everybody. I see all the things. So I see all the things.
You see all the things.
The stuff in the things. There we go. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
But I'm going to toss it right out into the ethos. Stuff. I might drop. I might not. Who fuck knows?
Yeah, she's been dropping a lot while we were.
I've been dropping it like it's hot.
You did.
Okay. I'm working on getting to my pattern. And I need to turn on some overhead lights so you guys can actually see me.
Did I show you my new toy?
You did not.
Okay.
I'm looking.
It's in the back. It's right here. My mic is hiding.
Ooh, I like your mic. Change the color. Ooh.
I got myself this.
Nice.
I found it on Marketplace for cheap.
I found, and I know I don't need any more, but I found another frame, like what I hold the cross stitches on, but a freestanding one for $15. And they're generally like $50 and up. Okay.
Did we know how Buffalo Woman did at the craft fair?
Yes, she got first place and she got a special judges award.
I told you you were gonna get the first place. I told you it was in your.
She won the wall art division. Like it's. Yeah. But and then I meant to take
a first prize.
Yes, first prize. So I won't have to torture them in 5 years with.
Though I still it was in the stars for you.
Or for them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Call Dance is absolutely gorgeous, and he is quite a work of art. But at the same time, we have to consider the age of the audience that generally attends and participates.
Oh, welcome
back. There we go. I'm back. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. Okay. What color do I want?
All done.
I have to. I finished the color that I was working on, and I've gotten a few more random colors done, and I had intentions to do more, but I can't catch a break.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not horribly. I'm just bitchy about it. Like I know.
I can be sorry if I want to.
I don't want you to feel bad. I'm just bitchy.
Do not Canadian shame me.
I'm from Maine. We are the diet Canadian.
I'm the almost Canadian.
I was gonna no. The Quebecois are the snooty Canadians. Get it right. Snooty assholes. And the people from New Brunswick are the bad drivers, because I was driving down the road and I thought, I've never driven behind Jules. But I was driving down the road and this car was going like 20 miles an hour in a 35. And it was just a short span that I had to go. And I looked down at the license plate, and I saw it was from New Brunswick, and I immediately thought of Jules, and then I complained at her about how bad her people are driving.
I mean, you'll have to experience Ontarians too.
They're
Nothing
not
against our fellow Ontarians, but like they're
I
shitty
haven't.
drivers.
I mean, I see them every once in a while, but the biggins here are New Brunswick and the Ocean's Playground. What is that Newfoundland?
Nova Scotia? It could be in Newfoundland, PEI, Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. I was trying to I was like, what is it? Yeah, because it's the license plate
I feel
says
Nova Scotia is not that bad drivers. They just not used to drive on land.
Well, I want a duck boat now.
I swear a little bit when there's Ontarians around me on the road, especially in Quebec, because they don't know what they're doing.
Do any of us?
But
really
the other day, we were in the traffic in Ottawa's traffic because we were driving, and there was a dude in his car, and it was a nice car, and he had a parrot, a pet parrot. And the pet parrot was just vibing, living his best life, just next to the open window, and just, just enjoying being a parrot.
That's
And then
cool.
we saw the car, and then we were like, oh, bad person. Bad person.
I have today apparently is the day that the street sweepers have decided to go down my road. It's a good thing I wasn't trying to sleep.
Yeah. They kind of being loud.
They are ridiculously loud. I meant to take my so I had a whole big list of things to do today. Yes. I got a couple of them done. One's in progress. I have 2 loads of laundry left, which I'm kind of proud of myself. I got my flu shot and COVID booster. Awesome. I am already starting to feel it, and I'm going to be a whiny bitch for the rest of the night. And work can deal with it because I gave them fair warning. I'm like, hey, look, I'm getting my flu and COVID shot today because last time I tried to take it, last time I had it and then I had to work after, I was just miserable. So I got it in the wee morning hours of my day off, so I didn't have to work until the next day. And bullshit. It's what has been called. Bullshit. So I warned my boss. I'm like, I'm going to be a wet blanket, and I'm not going to try to mitigate it because I had today off. Oh. I'm going to be a pissant all day. She's like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I was at the office, right? And I've been there for 2 hours. Like I had time to sit down, put my stuff, prepare my stuff to start working, and go for a coffee run because coffee.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours in, power goes out.
Oh no.
So I look outside. It's only by my building. The other building has power. So I'm like, knowing there's construction going on in the front of the building, I'm like, they cut through the main. Tell me they cut through the main. They freaking cut through the main.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
They freaking did it. I was like, we should bring them food, like a big lunch or something.
No more office.
Anyways, we were sent back home. We were sent back home because no power, right?
Yeah.
And then around 4, they were like, oh, power's back on. You can come in the office on Friday. And then 2 hours after, well, no, power's not stable. So, like, work from home tomorrow. I'm like, I knew it. I
it's
called it.
if you cut the power main, you're not gonna be back up and running like lickety split. That's a they have to cut power to a block so they can actually attach it back together, and that's a whole thing.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep. And last time it happened, because it's not the first time that
oh
happens
my
to me.
god.
Last time it happened, it was like, yeah, it was like in 2018 at my old job. It happened. We were out of the office for like 3 days. And mind you, at that time, I didn't have a laptop. So I was on paid leave because I couldn't be, it was not my fault that I couldn't work, right?
Yeah.
So we were out of office for 3 days so they could bring in a generator. And when we say generator, it's not the little generator you buy at like Canadian Tire or whatever store you go to. No, it's a full on rig.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's a rig.
Like a fire truck.
And we already have a rig because that's the emergency generator. Like if power goes out or something goes out, they have to have power for the network, because everything's stocked at that office
Mm.
for the whole country. It's there anyways. And so they had to brought a second, like another one. We had two in the parking lot for about a month. And the sound of it is
Oh yeah.
crazy.
It
It's crazy
it's
loud.
yeah.
It was something. So when that happened, like the other day, I called the shot. I was like, we're gonna be out of office for a few days.
At least now there's the technology and knowledge on how to be out of office.
Yep. I wish they would be smarter and let us be out of office on a more regular basis, but I guess
They
they're
need to
not smart enough.
micromanage. They
Yeah.
need to have control of the people.
Also, there's a conference that's gonna happen for the neurodivergent week at the federal government,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna be one of the guest speakers.
Well, congratulations. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you. I have like 5 minutes to talk about the challenges, actually the challenges to work in an office as a neurodivergent.
Ooh. Go you.
Yeah.
That
So
I
thank you,
wish I had
Tyler.
that opportunity. Like I wish any any place around where I live actually cared.
Offered myself.
Mhm. Oh, so me and my if I ever questioned if I had ADHD or not, yesterday answered yes. So I was going to just hang up Buffalo Man after determining which wall will not get hit with a Kong at random. That was actually a legit thing that husband creature and I had to talk about is where can it go that you are not going to randomly hit it with a Kong on a rogue bounce? Where are our lowest statistics? Because I can never say never, because the man has managed to get a Kong inside the fish tank after it being blind around a corner from where he threw it. So there's the chances are low, but never impossible. Um. So
If you want to talk about it, I have a good story after that for you.
So we picked a wall, and yesterday I was like, "Oh, hey, I have a few minutes. I'm gonna hang it up." So I start moving stuff, and I get hit in the face with dust. So that ended any sort of just hang it on the wall and be on my merry way. I cleaned the dog kennel area, so 3 dogs, 3 kennels, and all their accoutrements. I fixed a heat register. I fixed a heat register in the floor because I never fixed it when I fixed the floor, so I fixed that. And then I washed all the walls, I washed all the drapes. Um and then I hung Buffalo woman after sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming the dining room area where we have all that stuff that I just fixed. And yeah, that is how I took 3 hours to hang a 10-minute project. Yeah. And I
That
was just
is
glad I
great.
didn't run out of spoons halfway through, because yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I have good story for you about probabilities and stuff like that. When I was like about 14, 15, something like that.
Mm.
Um I was camping. It was a scout camp, summer camp. And we had oh, I have to show this game to my scouts. Anyways, we had this game. I
Squirrel.
just remembered that game. I just remember, and it's awesome. It's an awesome game. It has no purpose, barely, but it's so funny.
Those are
So
the best
it's
games.
called La Bite. It's La Bite, which translate maybe to the D word,
Oh, that's
but
fun.
it's actually a name for a piece of wood, like a small piece of wood.
Hmm.
So you would get a good long thick stick and a small piece of wood, and with the stick you would mark an area, and you'd have to throw like to throw the stick as close to that area as possible. Like I'd have to show it's complicated to
Scout version
explain.
of lawn
Anyways,
darts. Is it like bocce
maybe.
ball?
I don't know. It's like with the stick, like the piece of wood is on the ground, and you have the stick like this, and you have to push it like this,
Oh,
and
okay.
it has to
That,
land
I guess
as close as
that,
possible at the spot.
that's close to bocce ball. Bocce ball is
Okay.
um. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe the wrong French. I thought it was a French game. What is it? What is that ice sport that you guys really like?
Hockey.
Curling. Curling.
Oh,
No,
curling. Curling.
curling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That
Yes and no.
I know what
But
hockey is.
anyways, so
As I've
my
just
friends
managed
were
to insult
playing that.
everybody in
I
Canada.
was just spectating the thing, right? And it was like, I do not want to be hit by that piece of wood. So let's see where I have less chance to be hit. So I position myself to an area where I think the probabilities will be as low as possible. And then one of my friends hit the stick, like hit the piece of wood. The piece of wood land on the tent tender, like the rope that
Yep.
holds the tent
Yep.
on the ground, hits the tender, and their tender are tight, right? Hits the tender and come and hit me in the forehead. Like I had a cut on my forehead from that. I was like, what the actual like you couldn't hit it better if you wanted to.
Yeah. It's you couldn't repeat it if you tried.
Yeah, it's like I positioned myself so I couldn't be hit, and I was hit.
Yeah. That's. But there's also, because husband creature has recently broken quite a few of my kind of nice things, and I looked him dead
Yeah.
in the eye and I was like, I don't care if it's an accident. I don't care if you meant to or not. If she gets hit with a Kong and she breaks, I will be pissed. Cause
Also, hi Pondy. Sorry, Pondy's in my chat.
oh, well, okay, well, let's see. I'm not. Okay, let's see. My chat apparently is broken.
Maybe. Do you
Oh,
have anyone? I don't see your.
let's
I
see.
don't see if
It
there's
says
anyone in
shared
yours.
chat is enabled,
Maybe.
so I should be able to see your
Okay.
chatters, that kind of thing. I'm gonna.
Okay, that's weird.
This session has ended. Please try again later. Okay, well, okay.
Okay.
I'm confused.
I am confusion as well.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, I have an ad break in progress. I don't know. I give up. I'm done. I quit. I'm dead. I'm alive.
I'm dead again.
Oh, hey, Locust Stick. Oh my goodness. I don't wanna. I don't wanna go to work. Yeah, pretty much. I get to end chat. I get to end stream at 4. Toss dinner together. Toss it in the oven so it cooks. 5 o'clock is dinner. I'm gonna say hello to husband creature if he actually gets home around 5. He gets out at he gets out at 4:30, but he works for the contractor for the postal service. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's
you
late,
never
little
too
late.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes we guess.
Yeah, my son was like, "Mom, today I want to chill, so I don't have to go pick him up right now. He's
That's
gonna
good.
play with his friends,
Hmm?
which is cool." Did
Hmm.
you saw the Northern Lights last night?
I neglected to look up on my way home. I am.
I took so many pictures. So many.
Oh, Jules is here.
Oh, hi, Jules.
I don't think any of us right now really want to be awake right now. It's like nap time, but people
No,
don't
it
really.
feels like it.
People don't want to tune in for nap time. Well,
I feel that. It's okay. I understand.
but yeah, next week I can do all the days except I'm just gonna do them 2 to 4 because I work because I'm
Yeah, I
insane.
can understand.
Did dysregulation? Yay! Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, that's weird that I don't see your chat and you don't see mine. Usually we
Yeah,
see each other's.
and I'm trying to.
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm kind of irked about it.
Okay. Then be hurt.
Okay.
I'm not here to tell you how to feel.
Ooh, four meltdowns in 1 hour. Nice.
What?
Oh, Jules's Munchkin had four meltdowns and
Oh.
she 4 meltdowns and in 1 hour. I feel that.
Oh, poor baby.
I
Hope
feel
she's
that so
better.
hard.
Yeah, I can feel that too.
I I I want to have a full on toddler meltdown. I need to.
Then have one.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna have one on camera. I have some dignity. And then honestly, my meltdowns aren't very exciting. Pardon me while I choke on air.
Also, yesterday I cleaned my printer heads, and in the video, like I watched how to do it, and
Mm.
they were saying you're supposed to wear a glove, and when people say that, I'm like, you're not the boss of me. I want I want people to be able to see that I did something. So like my hands are full of ink.
Oh yeah, I do that when I do fabric dyeing. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
My hands turn very many colors, mostly blue and purple. But
Well, right now it's blue and black. Well, cyan and black because that's the one that tainted the most. I have some nails that are yellow, but magenta is not really showing up. But yeah, it's because I was printing stuff and there were like small lines. I was like, I'm not having this, so I ordered um, a product that you can use to clean your printer heads without, voiding the warranty of your printer. Even though
mm,
I don't think the warranty is good anymore.
I was gonna say all my printers are old enough that I can take them apart, put them back together again. No one gives two flying fucks.
Yeah, well, it's not that the warranty is a concern to me. Is when they say it's warranty proof, means it's safe for your printer.
mm,
You know what I mean? So like I'm not gonna go buy a product that can void a warranty because like okay, that you mean that can be harmful for my printer.
yeah,
So I'm not about to go there.
you can use this and not get in trouble.
Yeah. So I was not too stressed about the warranty thing. It was just because that tells me it's a good product. And that's
Okay.
all I
It's like,
care about.
is my camera still working? It is. Yeah.
I was swearing quite a bit too while I was doing that. Like that's bullshit.
Yeah. So one of the things that was like just a pain in my ass today is apparently today was log out of all your websites day, and my
Oh
computer's like,
no.
hey, you need to log back in, honey boo, and I'm like, So
That fucking sucks.
I was like, don't you honey boo me, motherfucker. Let me in. Yeah.
That sucks. I can feel that.
Yeah. I need to
When you go to
tomorrow's
the
goals.
store and like you want to use your client fidelity card and then it fucking logs you out
Yep.
and does not log you back in and you're like motherfucker.
Yep. Yup. All the feels. All of them. I was gonna say something and I forgot.
I'm sorry.
It was not important enough for me to remember. And if it is, it'll come
No,
back.
that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I think it was completely and totally random in all fairness.
Yeah, it might be, but it could be important. No, doesn't matter if you forget it or not. I hate people say, "Oh, like it was Wednesday. No, was yesterday? Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. Every month we have like a wellness and health session, like meeting, that you can tune in, and like we're talking healthcare and mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about grief and learning to live with someone's departure and stuff like that. And they were saying like the two words you should never tell someone, that like you should ban those words, is the at least.
Oh yeah.
Every if your sentence start with at least, shut the fuck up, basically.
And
Shut the fuck up.
I try to be mindful of that. Like I try very
Yeah.
hard not to do the at leasts. But when I do,
It's hard, I understand, but like it's something to be avoided, right?
and I know I've used it in a positive way before. Like I've never been like, well, at least XYZ, but because I hate tossing into the universe. I don't say quiet at work because that's a nail in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
And I never say, at least it couldn't get any worse. I never utter those words because yes, it
Yeah, it
in
was
fact
more
can
the
get worse. Do not
yeah,
ask karma to hold her beer.
it was more in the idea of at least they're not suffering anymore, or at least they're in a better place, at least,
Oh yeah.
in those idea you're trying to say good words to relieve the person, like in your mind that's what you're trying to do, but it's more to make it less awkward to you. Like it's not something you're thinking, but like your brain is doing that, like even though you're not that type of person to like dismiss someone, your brain is doing that for you because brain doesn't like awkward.
Well, and you're also trying to keep like, and as I've gotten older and more comfortable with it, like that's
Yeah.
part of my unmasking is I accept that shit happens and it's not always going to be sunshine and butterflies. And my family, when I
Yeah.
was growing up, they didn't like that. So while I'm almost always a positive person and I celebrate all the good in people's lives, I recognize that shit happens and it's shitty, of the shittiest shit. And you're allowed to live in that dark area. I always tell people,
Yeah.
um,
But I'm not saying you're doing it on
oh no,
purpose. It's
no,
your
no, no.
brain is trying,
Oh,
right?
uh, yeah, but it's because of the cultural norms. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
But well, yeah, it's your brain that doesn't like awkward. It's the culture norm, but like it's something to avoid. And I spoke up, like I took, like I asked for my turn, but I did mention that the other thing to never do is to judge someone relationship to the other person,
mm,
because you never know what's happening in the background. Like I was using my ex as an example, and I was like, people say that to me, but they don't understand everything behind it. They don't understand all the grievance I have to go through. Like the biggest one is to know that the day I'm leaving, I'm giving him the orphan title, and that was one of my biggest challenge. I
mm,
was like, you cannot tell someone, well, it was that, just that for you. You cannot judge someone's relation to another person. That
hmm.
that's just mean. So I was like, agreed, but this is another big no no. Don't do that.
No, I
Like,
always I tell people that it's absolutely fine to sit in your dark place. It's absolutely fine to
yeah,
take a break, to rest, to be grumpy, to be angry, to do what you need to do, and it's always okay to go back to that place. But you can't live
yeah.
there. Um,
And like you have to do your own healing.
mhm.
There's no timeline on grievance, and that's understandable. But your relation to someone is not to be judged. You can have the relation you had with the person, like, doesn't matter. You're allowed to grieve if you feel the need to grieve.
and sometimes grief appears like a party.
Yep.
Sorry.
There's no one way to go about this. There's no timeline. There's like it's everyone's gonna process it as they need, and they will take the time they need as well.
Hmm.
There's no right or wrong way to go about it. What's up?
Sume. I'm not
Oh,
quite sure
there's a
what's going on
Sumi?
there. So I have Sume, and well, I'm
That's a smart wolf.
see, I have I got our joint chat to work, so
Oh, I don't see it.
if you in the window that we're hanging out in the background,
Yeah,
you can
because usually I could see it in my OBS
yeah,
chat,
me too, but not
but
today.
now I see the Sumi. Hi Sumi, how are you? I think I didn't turn my ads back on. I should do that later. So 2 days and no ads stream, I guess, for
Oh,
me,
I
because I just realized
I
I
just
forgot
haven't
to turn them
I've
back
seen you
on.
pop on, but I've been like, I have not. I've been social at work, and that's about as much social as I've managed.
It's because for the every child matter day, well, not the actual day, but like the weekend after, we had like my friend had a trail ride on Red Dead, and I was streaming it, and I felt like it was not my place to make any kind of money on that, so I turned off the ads, and I might not have turned them back on.
I'm being kind of a jackass. My sister is just like, "What's your Twitch name?" I just re-downloaded it recently. I've posted it in several places. Where it would be just as easy for me to be like, "Oh yeah, hey, it's Rock Creature." I posted it in places. If you want it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
I'm a flaming twat
Okay, now
waffle.
I see it on my OBS.
Well, huh?
No, it's oh no, he moved on my chat. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Oh, you are? Oh, what is it? He's saying that he's working on a few new redeems that Twitch made new stupid rules for VTubers, so he gotta work on confirming.
oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I
It's
guess
like
yeah.
it's like I think it's a week ago I was watching my bestie stream. Well, I was actually modding her stream, and some of her friends was watching random streamers, and he stumbled upon this streamer who was doing a Lego set, and randomly, like out of nowhere, like he was sitting, he had a blanket on his lap, and he has his little book to do the boss. It was a Fortnite boss, anyways, and out of nowhere pulled down the blanket and took out what he has in his pants
That's
on Twitch.
oh
On
my.
Twitch.
Oh my.
So we reported his ass multiple times to Twitch. Uh, the friend actually took it to Twitter and tweeted Twitch about it to see what they were gonna do. They banned him for 24 hours,
I'm sorry. What?
and now he's back. 24 hours.
Jeez.
So you now the joke is like you're banned for you're you get 24 hours ban per inches. But the thing is, you cannot you cannot ask for subs. You cannot. There's a lot of things that are punishable by ban, like
That
you're
is so
gonna
weird
get
because
banned for it. But
YouTube.
showing it on stream, 24 hours.
Eesh. And like that, and that confuses me because I accidentally reposted a picture, and it was in the text, it was asking for people to like the page or whatnot, and I got the post got removed because
Mm-hmm.
it was asking for people to like the page, and I'm thinking like what is wrong with this? Like you have created this system that if they want to
But
earn money, they have to like feet on the
you're
pavement pounding it, but the second they do
you're
it, you're a bad person, you're banned.
you're no longer allowed to ask for it. Like you can promote it, but you cannot ask, like beg.
That is like
Like if you have a page, if you have something, you can promote it, but you cannot say like, "Oh, follow me" or "sub" or whatever. You cannot do that.
that is so weird because I actually I say stuff like that. I'm like, "Hey, if you like my stuff, please subscribe." That kind of thing. If you don't like it,
Do you
move on your
wanna
merry way.
laugh? This is hilarious, especially after the little tale I went on. Do you wanna laugh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sumi just told me that VTubers are no longer allowed to be naked on stream. He has to put clothes on his character.
Wow. Wow.
But you can show it on stream.
Wow. Wow.
Twitch,
I
make it make sense.
I don't make the rules. I if I'm in a
Oh
good mood,
no,
I'll acknowledge them.
we don't make the rules, we follow them, but like make it make sense.
I don't even mind following the rules most of the time. But yeah, if it doesn't
It
make sense, I'm
just
not going to follow it. Like
it just
I will
baffles
work the
me
gray
how,
area.
yeah, it just baffles me how someone can just put it out and show it on stream and he's getting a slap on the wrist. But like if you, like VTubers had to put clothes on their characters and you cannot ask for subs or you're gonna get banned. But like Bezos
Imagining
has some Bezos has to grab some reality or something.
I'm imagining Sume's avatar with like just like I think censor bars would be the best. Like not naked, censor bars, or like what I do with call dance, a giant smiley face in the right places.
You put pasties on.
Yeah. You know what? They make some really cool pasties. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous to me. Like I don't understand the it makes
The
no
world is
sense.
crazy. The world is crazy.
I know.
So I was weak and I lit the wood stove today. You know how I don't know if it's a game up in Canada, but here in the Northeast, we play the game of how long can we go before we actually light the run the furnace or light the wood stove or whatever. I'm
Oh
too old
yeah,
for that
we
game.
play the same game.
I I have decided that that game sucks and I lit the wood stove today.
Uh, no, we play the same game.
Mostly cuz I'm having that residual fever from the flu shot and I'm cold.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I
Yeah, we
am.
have to get some wood in to have it dry so like when it's really really cold we can start to use it.
Yeah. All
And
but
I have to get a small heater for the living room, so when I'm at the office and Dave is working, I can have some heat for the pets if they feel the need. Because Daisy's really not doing good with cold, so like she's always looking for some heat.
hmm,
So
I'm
when
la-
we're not home, I have to figure a way so they keep warm.
So Sume,
Bunnies
here's a
don't mind.
fun scenario. Since it has to be location appropriate attire, dungeon,
It's all about always
sex
about
dungeon,
location, location, location.
sex dungeon. Have appropriate attire on.
Sex dungeons. I'm loving this.
Bondage suit, the leather straps, all that fun stuff.
He says if you do a VR chat and his models in
Yeah.
a speedo on the beach settings or a pool, it's fine. But I gotta have.
uh,
Okay, what do you do if you're in the tanning salon?
that's when the sensor bar comes in.
Or a massage parlor?
Well, that's a towel. You could. Yeah, Jules. There's a legitimate reason I have that mature sensor thing that you made me turn on. Let's see, what am I doing here? What line am I on?
I do not
Neither
know.
do I, and that's half the problem.
That's half the problem. What's the other half?
That 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 I don't know. I got nothing. You win. That's the whole problem. Not knowing where I am. If I knew where I was, that would solve all my problems.
I'm sorry, sue me. That freaking sucks. But Twitch is being a bitch to everyone.
I had the connect disconnect rave earlier today, so
Oh
I
yay! Oh yeah, I remember. I was there. I was there.
it's like you were sitting right there.
Yep, I was. Don't ask my brain to do brain stuff. It's not braining.
Well, for you it's Friday. Like you get the next couple days off.
Mm,
I have to stay active for
actu-
the next forever.
it's actually the long weekend for us.
Yeah, it's a long weekend for most everybody except for me.
Well, it's the long weekend because it's Pirate Thanksgiving Day this
Oh.
weekend.
Oh, see, for us down here it is Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday.
It was on September 30th. We did that September 30th.
Sume, I can't make any promises, but drop me what you use and I can see what magic I can produce.
Oh, you remember the bus issues I had for my son? Like
Yes.
him that yeah, okay. So I the lady that was emailing about it replied to me and we were like, okay, well, like the stop they proposed was not ideal, so is that stop okay? And she was like, yeah, that's no problem. And last time I spoke to her, I was actually on VC. And no, I was not talking to her. I was calling someone else. Anyways, the last email she sent me was like in the gist of we're waiting for his files to come in because we have no confirmation, so there's no like arrangement for his bus yet. Like
Hmm.
what? So call the school, try to like I leave a message, got called by the lady that takes care of the public transport, like the not the yellow bus, the public
The
transport for the
bus.
school.
City
Yeah,
bus.
bus, because the in the area the secondary school buses or the city buses.
Oh, that's
Like,
interesting.
yeah, it always have been that. So they kind of reserve a certain amount of buses for each schools, and they go and they just bring the kids.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah, they stop at the regular bus stop, and the kids has to walk the rest from home. So they drop as close as possible to their home. Anyways, so she calls me and she's like, "Well, what's going on?" So I tell her, and she's like, "Well, that's odd. That's not supposed to, like, it's supposed to be well taken care of since a long time." I'm like, "I know. I was supposed to hear from like about it to like around late September, and nothing. Like, I had to contact the lady and everything." So, anyways, she said, "I'm gonna take care of it personally, and I will call you back like tomorrow." She said tomorrow. It was about Monday. So Tuesday comes around, she doesn't call. Um, and I was like, I'm gonna give her till Friday, right? So Wednesday comes around, she doesn't call. Thursday comes around, she doesn't call. So 2 day come around, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call her at the end of the day, just give her the time. So she finally calls and she's like, okay, everything's fixed. He's starting to take the school bus on the 16th. Like, okay, that's a bit far, but fair enough. It's next Wednesday. Fair enough. She's like, he's gonna be picked up at this stop. I'm like, yeah, because the first stop I was given was not ideal. Like, if something happens, he has nowhere to go. You just wait there? Like, no. So I made it so he drops off by the community center. So if something happens, he can just get in the community center and not stay cold outside during the winter. And also, there's a library inside, so you can just sit down and read or whatever.
Hmm.
So I was like, yeah, it was my asking because apparently they cannot go to my home. And she's like, no, that's too far. We cannot go there, but that's the stop he's gonna have. I'm like, okay, fair. And at beginning they were saying like 6:45 a.m. and like that's fucking early. And she's like, no, it's actually 7:28. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. So he has to be at that stop by like 10 minutes before 7:28. But like,
What
I'm not mad about it.
when I was in 5th grade, my bus showed up at my bus stop at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my god, that's fucking stupid early.
Yeah, and I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
It has
My
been
nephew was
historically
taking
documented. I am not nice in the morning.
I was my nephew was taking the Berlin, which is like little caravan that just drove around, picks a few kids and bring them to school.
Mm-hmm.
That's for primary schools. And my brother had a big issue with that Berlin because she was coming earlier and earlier every day, to the point that my nephew was missing it almost every single day if my brother was not pushing him out the door as soon as because how his house is made. He owns a building with multiple apartments, like a house with multiple apartments, and his front door gives on the backyard, like on the parking. But he has a garage, and on his garage he had put windows, so like everyone that comes in the driveway can see it. So you would see the Berlin coming in and would push my nephew out the door so he could not miss it. But it was stupid early, so like it was like, okay, what are they doing? Like the school doesn't start that early.
Mm.
So he followed them once just to see what they were doing. They would sit in the fucking car until the school opened. Like it would sit there until the school opened. That was like half an hour to 45 minutes of wait sometimes. Sorry, Alex calling.
Oh my.
So like I was saying,
Before
so
before before the
like they were
child you
just
were talking
sitting there.
about called.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was not talking about that child.
Oh, oh,
I was
okay.
talking about my nephew. So
Ah.
like they were just sitting there, and mind you, it's in the winter. They are all dressed with winter coats, their snow pants, their big boots, like in a car that's really hot because he's running the heat.
Mm.
So
That's
he
a,
was not having it. He called and made a complaint, and since that day, the Berlin was always on time to pick him up.
that and see that's
And
my thing.
they were
Uh,
like, it was like, don't you have like trackers in your van or something to tell you what they do?
you would think. Well, and it kind of comes into play like if you're doing a route on a bus, you can generally like after a little bit of time you get comfortable with doing that. It's like when I'm passing meds, I can tell if you tell me a time and what and I know what floor I'm on or what carts I'm doing, I can tell you where I will be at approximately that time, like barring any sort of emergency or someone shining dangling some keys and me getting distracted. Like I am very reliable. I know that at 9 I'm going to be here or at 8:30 I'll be in this general area. Like you would think that
Mm-hmm.
bus drivers have the same kind of idea ish.
Like I can understand in the winter
To an extent.
being that early to
Yeah, but
leave the
being that early is
kids
ridiculous.
overheat in a van just because you can, that's bullshit.
Yeah. I'm almost at the bottom of this first column of wild and crazy that I got going on. Yeah, before today, I haven't even looked at my cross stitch all week. Well, I've looked at it, but I haven't touched it. Actually, two. I think it's yeah. Since the last time I streamed, I haven't touched it. So it was a Thursday or Friday because call dance is still on the rack.
I'm gonna finish that color, and after that I have to go pick up Alex because he was supposed to play with his friend, but apparently he's already done. It's been like, and not even like, it's been like half an hour.
Huh. See?
I thought he was gonna play for longer, and no, no, half an
No,
hour apparently is enough.
it's all good. When you're done, we'll end because I'm feeling the full effects of my body trying to fight something off. So.
Yeah, I'm just finishing that color, and then I'm gonna go pick him up, and finish the rest off stream because I cannot leave that like this.
I lost myself again.
He calls me. He's like, "Do you have to do any errands?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to go pick up something for supper." He's like, "Okay, well, bring your money, cause like he's waiting for me next to a grocery store." He's like, "Bring your money." I'm like, "Alex, I have to, cause I have to bring my wallet, my license in there."
You're like Honey
He's
Bear
like,
Boo.
"Oh, sure." Hmm.
You're like Honey Bear Boo. I know.
Oh, that kid sometime.
Oh.
And like this week, he had this meltdown about scouts. He's like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go." And I'm like, "We had an understanding. Like we agreed on something. We had an agreement that he had to go until the end of October, and then if he doesn't like it, that's fair enough. He doesn't have to go, but he has to go until the end of October."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and he was arguing. I was like, "Okay, fine. If you're not gonna follow through our agreement, then there's not gonna be any other activities for you, because like I'm not about to have agreement with someone that doesn't follow through when I'm following through." So he's like, "Okay, fine, let's go." And I'm like, "You know that every 3 years they go camp, like they go for a week in Quebec City."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they do." And like he goes, and then he comes back late after his thing, and he's like, "Mom, you're right. It's this year." And I'm like, "Told you so."
I know how to count.
No, I just never I didn't know which year it was because I don't follow the years they go. I just know it's every 3 years. But he was like, "Yay!" Because he loved that city. It's pretty. It's a pretty city. And we have like bunch of nice stores downtown Quebec, so like it's really nice. It's neat. But yeah, I'm not about to force my kid to do something he doesn't want to, but if we have an agreement, I'm expecting him to follow through.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely fair. It's learning that sometimes you think you want to do something and you find out it sucks, but you're paying like a lot of money for it, so you finish it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
it's
that's an
actually
adult
the
version.
reason it's the reason why the agreement was till the end of October, because after that I cannot get reimbursed.
Ah, that's fine.
So I was like, if he's not gonna follow through, I don't want to lose money because it's a
Hmm,
lot of money. So I
I
was
get
like,
it.
okay, till the end of it. That's 2 months. That's 2 months. I feel that 2 months is enough, but like we had the agreement that it's the end of the October, not early October. So after that, he can do what he wants. I do not mind if he wants to stop or still go.
Yep, I get it. And hello.
Oh,
And,
hi.
and yes, that is legit. Legitimately
La,
my
la, la.
sister. Yes.
She found you.
This is why resources are good. Don't make it sound like I'm super hard to find. I post all of my stuff very publicly.
Yeah, you do.
I am probably the easiest, slowest moving thing to find ever. Hey, where's Ra? Oh, she's like 2 feet to your left if you just look over there. I'd be like, I've been sitting here for 3 days. Where you been?
Basically.
Except for when I'm on work benders. Then I'm a little harder to find, but I'm still findable. Almost done. Almost done this color on this page.
Yay! Completion.
Oh, tonight's gonna suck so hard.
Huh?
Oh, I just I'm my face is starting to hit the floor and the the vaccine is picking me up by my ankles, dragging me across the floor face down.
Like, wake up, bitch.
Did you miss me? No, actually. Oh, yay, flu vaccine.
Yay! Life.
I can't complain too much about life in
I know.
general, but I mean, I could probably find things to bitch about, but overall,
It's mainly good.
well, I have to have the flu vaccine or else I can't have a job, so I don't have too many
Which
choices.
makes sense. Yeah, you have to protect your patients,
Mm-hmm.
clients, whatever, residents.
Residents? The nanas and the pop pops of the world.
Yep. So how deep did you fell into the Puff Daddy rabbit hole because of me?
I have been avoiding that rabbit hole like the plague. I intake what you send me, I giggle, and I show husband creature. Though that baby oil, oh my god. And even
I
husband
know,
creature
right?
said that that's a problem. That ain't right.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you, he's white. That dude is white.
but no, the FBI did say their thoughts were one of the things that I said is the wrestling. I prefer thinking that he has just a huge ass slip and slide and he was trying to be eco-friendly and just lube people up and send them down the slip and slide, but baby oil wrestling also tracks.
Yeah, I know. It's the big one with the pumps that gets me.
Dude, where do you find do you just can I just have a gallon jug of this? Who needs that much baby oil? Much less multiple containers of it.
With pumps. Not just multiple gallons of this. It's gallons with pumps.
I'm so lost with that comment, Jules. I'm missing some things. I understand the spend time making crochet plushies, but the first part is where
I don't know who Philip DeFranco is. I cannot help you.
I'm beyond help test. People have stopped asking what is wrong with you, because they don't appreciate the answer. Would you like it numerically or alphabetically? They just stopped asking
Why
that
not
question.
both?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that'd be a little bit harder numerically and by or alphabetically by order of diagnosis, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I like Under the Desk News. She's pretty awesome. So I'm such a weirdo.
Okay.
I Under the Desk News is a TikTok person. She's pretty awesome, or they're pretty awesome. And great hair. Like, I'm not generally like a hair person, but the hairstyle they're rocking is just amazing. And I sent them a message. I'm like, I really like your hair. I can't rock that hairstyle, but I really, really like it. And they responded. And I fangirled out a little bit.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It's kind of like when Spaz messages me. There's always a little bit of fangirl going on. Like, he knows I exist.
That was me in the beginning. Now it's like, oh, my friend has responded.
See, I totally was going a different direction. I thought you were gonna be like, fuck off.
Yeah, that too. No, not Spaz. Maybe Dan. Maybe Dan.
Well,
All right, I'm done with that number, so I'll have to go and pick up the child
okay. Well,
and the food.
I'm pretty much done with my column here, so I'm gonna go start making dinner and try to put my face and body and mind together to go work.
All right.
But
Well, I'll see you later.
yes, and you know where I lurk, so it's not
Yes,
hard to find me.
always. Mhm.
Okay, everybody, I'm gonna do my sign off. Have fun, drink your water, take your meds, even though it's a little later in the day. Be kind to yourself without hurting others. Be kind to others without hurting yourself. And I will be back around next week. Remember, 224, because I am strapped down working